of season show of the Everyday Fan. I need that freaking soundboard. I need that flipping soundboard. I need that soundboard. You lot have that soundboard. I have those explosions like
I don't
like bomb. By the way, these are explosion bombs. Nothing for Pep. There's no bombs here for Pep. Fuck Pep.
That's what I'm saying, Chris. I didn't know you.
They're not for Pep. They're not for Pep. So let's get into it. Welcome back, guys.
I'll tell you what,
of
Smiles.
the Everyday Fan. Hey, I'm my introduction.
Smiles, no. I'm coming for this guy. Yo, where are you?
I'm here, bruv. I'm listening to you calling my name. You ain't saying nothing, bruv. What?
Cool. I like that. He's turned off the background noise in his phone. That's good. Smiles, if Pep Guardiola, wins the Champions League next season, you need to get a United top that says Guardiola on the back. Yeah, deal.
What if he wins it next season? He's not winning it next season.
Okay, that's not what I said to you. If Pep Guardiola wins the Champions League next season,
okay, what's gonna be your forfeit? What's gonna be your forfeit? What's gonna be
my forfeit?
Yeah, bro, I can't just do it.
It's got nothing to do with me. It's got nothing to do with me. I just appreciate greatness. I appreciate greatness.
Bro,
Look at your name. I'm going to highlight your name. Pep #1 hater.
Bro, do it. I don't care. Bro, I'm on the crowd. I'm sitting on.
Let's shake on that. Let's shake on that.
I can't lie though.
Even see your hand.
Smiles, that's low from you though, man. That's low from you. How can you have a header saying Pep's hater? That's nuts, bro.
What do you mean? I thought like Arsenal. You're lucky I didn't come in. Arsenal's #1 hater. What's going on?
No.
We are gonna come. We're gonna come on to Manchester City. They're gonna have a whole segment, but this is the end of season show, so we got a couple of bits and pieces to get through. Guys, put your comments in the section below. Let us know your thoughts as well. We're gonna start off with what we all thought was the game of the season. We've got a few points we're gonna run through, and then I'm pretty sure we're gonna spend a large time talking about the Champions League final, and Manchester City is gonna have its whole new segment. I was actually sent a post in our little GC earlier, which is a really interesting.
Anybody feels the way I do.
There we go. Look at these idiots. Do you know why you lot sound so ridiculous? Is because you support Arsenal. So why are you saying? Why are you singing those kind of bits?
No, we don't sound ridiculous. All season, you lot have been Sly City supporters. You got what you wanted now.
Why are we Sly City supporters?
Oh, I forgot. You don't want us to win the league. Be honest. Hand on your heart, did you want Arsenal to win the league?
More than City, yes.
Yeah, they did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I said it so much. Because I told you I didn't want City to win the treble.
No, he did. He said it.
Yeah.
He said it right.
Oh, did he say it? Well, Smilez didn't want us.
Pep #1 hater. Pep's #1 hater.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I was just going through some noises, so I had to put myself on mute. Bro, I didn't want Arsenal to win it. Like I said before, City is not even a problem.
Who did you want to win it? Liverpool.
What?
Who did you want to win it? Liverpool.
Bro, I don't care who wins it as long as it wasn't Arsenal. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so you wanted Man City to win it then?
You wanted Man City.
Are you listening to the words I'm saying to you? Are you listening to the words I'm saying to you? I don't care who wins it as long as it wasn't Arsenal.
That's basically saying that you wanted City to win it. That's basically saying that you wanted City to win it.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. An honest guy. An honest United
basically
fan.
Saying because there was only two people at Smiles, there's only two people in the runnings. So if you don't want Arsenal, it only leaves one other person to win it, which is City. So anyway, we need to stay on track, gentlemen. Let's go straight to the game of the season. So, Sim, I'm going to come to you when you're actually Sim's still sorting himself out. That's fine. Oh, there he is. He's ready. There he is.
Are we jumping straight to that, Chris?
We're going straight into it. What do we think was the game of the season? So, I've got a few contenders, but we'll start with you, Sim. What did you think what was your game of the season, 2022, 2023?
I know what my one was.
Can I have two?
No, that's okay. It's a hard one. So yeah, go for it. What's the first? Go on.
The game of the season for me was Arsenal against Bournemouth.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I was going to say that, man.
And the game of the season for
I was
me,
going to say that.
that was a high moment for me. But the realization where I thought, yeah, Arsenal's lost this was against Liverpool, the 2-2 at Anfield. Can I go into more detail about it?
So that's not game of the season then.
Why?
No,
Okay,
I said to Chris, can I have two? I'm stuck between two.
What, the 2-2 was your game of the season?
Yeah, I'm gonna explain. Let me elaborate.
Yeah, go on.
No,
okay,
go on.
the reason why I said 2-2.
That means you like the game, though, right? That means you like the game.
Okay, no, I didn't like the game, but the reason why I'm saying 2-2, the reason why I'm saying the draw against Liverpool was the game of the season for me is because it had everything. If you're talking about dramatic endings, it had everything. To be fair, first half was controlling the game, was literally passing the game. Salah gets his Jesus scores a goal, and Martinelli scores an early goal. Jesus gets on the score sheet. Salah gets a ricochet of Gabriel. They go into the second half with their tails up. Second half, it was all Liverpool. Salah misses a penalty. We're forgetting that. Salah actually misses a penalty. They was basically camping in our first half for the first, let's say, 75 minutes. At the very end, Ramsdale makes the most. I think he makes the save of the season. Ramsdale in that game. Konate, if he could get his flipping body sorted out, he could have scratched it and nicked it at the end. Martinelli could have slipped through Saka at the very dire moments where it would have made it 3-2. That's why I have to give it game of the season, bro.
So he had everything.
Literally highlighted everything what you would want to see in a Premier League game in that one game. Am I lying, guys?
Nah, that's a good analysis. Well done, mate. Well done. So you're allowed to have two. Yeah, you done well.
And
Puz.
the Bournemouth, I think, as every Arsenal fan would have seen, the Arsenal against Bournemouth, that's just self-explanatory. Reece Nelson shouldn't really be in the squad. One hell of a goal last minute.
New contract now, isn't it?
3-2.
Yeah,
Sorry, Smile. Sorry.
New contract, yeah. Well, new contract pending.
Yeah. So
new contract
personal
pending,
terms have been agreed, so there aren't any expectations that wouldn't go through. Right, Puz, go for it, man. What's your game of the season?
Right, I was gonna say the Bournemouth game, but I'm gonna go to a game that everyone has forgot. Well, it's not really everyone has forgot. It's not really everyone has forgot. So, when did we play Chelsea at Stamford Bridge and beat them?
That was in October.
Was it in October?
Yep.
I'm not even gonna go
I
for that.
wouldn't say that's game of the season, though.
Exactly, like we're all waiting, like everyone's forgot.
I thought it was gonna be some banging.
Listen.
Yeah.
Listen, no.
I thought you would have went with Man United against Arsenal. The 3-2. I think that was game of the season.
That was a good game. Although we lost, but that was a good game, I would say.
Yeah, that was a good game.
No, that was a good game. It had everything in it. You're right. It was a good game. But
it would have been different if Casemiro was playing.
I'm a tribal Arsenal fan. I hate Spurs, bro.
You have to get that one in, Chris.
Well, what did he say? I didn't even hear him.
You heard what he said.
Lied that one in there.
Typical Red Devil.
No, I didn't hear him.
He said it would have been
different. He didn't hear it.
He said it would have been different if Casemiro was
playing.
Who?
Casemiro.
Who?
Yeah. He's doing that on purpose. Anyway, go on. Talk about Spurs or whatever you were going to talk about. Go on.
No, beating Spurs at home was a highlight for me, especially what they did to us last season at home. And we didn't get to qualify for the Champions League. There wasn't really much weighing on the game this season when we played them at home, but still beating them at home was like, it felt good. It felt like, oh, okay, these are the little boys that you guys tried to disrespect last season. we've come here this season again with more little boys, and we've turned over your boat. Yeah, of course. So that game was a highlight for me. But ultimately, Reece Nelson, 97th minute, nothing beats that, man. I can't even lie to you. Like, then, you don't know me. I didn't really have hope that we're going to win the league this season. But that game, I kind of thought, you know what, hold on. We might actually have cojones, as, what's his name? Troy Deeney. When I saw him all come to the edge of the area, I see Reece Nelson standing there. I'm like, what's he gonna do, man? This is Reece Nelson, man. What's he gonna do? You just see the ball flying, see it flying like an arrow straight into the left hand of the keeper's post. I was just
felt like a Rocky movie. You know what I mean? It felt like a Rocky movie.
All the Arsenal players didn't know where to celebrate. They're all running this way. They're all running that way. No one runs towards the goal scorer at first. No one's running towards him like that. People are running to Saka. Like, all the management's running onto the pitch because the game's essentially over. Like, that has to be one of the best games at the Emirates for a very, very long time. Very, very long time. So, yeah, gonna have to agree with him. Game of the season for me.
All right, Smiles, what was your game of the season? Let's go.
Beating Spurs at home as well. 7-0 Anfield.
Okay, so you're on what I'm on then. So you're on what I had to give you respect when you were talking, but you're on what I'm on. No, say no more.
Wait, what?
Say no more. Say no more. All right, cool. Cool. What would be my game of the season would be Man City against Man United when we won 2-1 at home. Everyone were
writing us off.
Right.
Big man.
Not good score line, but that was my game of the season.
Your reception just cut out still. Say that all again.
Say that last bit.
Oh, wow. So what did you hear?
So we heard that you want that your game of the season is United against City at home when we beat them, and everyone wrote us off.
Yeah, everyone wrote us off. Garnacho, Boy was on fire.
We're still writing you off.
Huh?
We're still writing you off.
Puz, let the guy talk. Allow it.
No. You had all this smoke. You had all this smoke from me in it on the phone. So go on. Sorry.
Now he's humble because when it comes to actually filming, he keeps his professionalism, whereas you keep jumping in. What's going on?
I'm being professional. I was being as professional as I can towards my best friend. So go on.
Go on then. Sorry, Smiles. Go on.
No problem. I'm gonna get it back, Chris. Don't worry. I'm gonna pay it back
100%. With what?
Yeah. So that was my game of the season.
Come on, pause. Let it blood.
Yeah, that was my game of the season. It's not letting me lie. So that was my game of the season. Moral story. Yes. Garnacho, Rashford, bang, winner. It was just a moment. It just felt like it was something new. That's when I knew that we had smoke for Man City. That's why I think they're beatable. Because we've done it. We didn't do it when we were at our best. We did it when we were more or less struggling, trying to find our identity. And yeah, my game of the season.
Okay. Yo. Well done, Smiles. Thanks for that.
Fuck Arsenal. Fuck them.
Thanks for that little bit there. That's not what I was about.
Chris, what's your game of the season?
Okay, so I've got a few categories. I've got a couple, but their game of the season, I think, was a 7-0 at Anfield against United. I think that has to be the most entertaining game. I think it broke records.
Oh, well, I thought you were saying our favorite games. You're talking about in general.
No, he's trying to say their game of the season.
No, I'm talking about if I'm just being an unbiased opinion.
Neutral.
Their game,
I know
their game of the season for me has to be that game because.
No, I agree with Chris.
We were coming into that. Liverpool were really, really low. We were coming into that game as favourites, even though our record at Anfield was shocking. And we got decimated. And the thing is we actually held it together. First half was in positive, but then obviously that Jordan Henderson goal just before half time. It's the best time to score and worst time to concede just before the half-time whistle. And then we just capitulated. And it showed for me what I've been saying for a long time, how weak that team still is. But in terms of entertainment, has to be the most entertaining. It has to be the best game of the season. That's what Sky Sports paid millions and billions for, right? And then on on a personal level, if we just go back to United, my game of the season was the 2-2 draw at the Nou Camp. Because, again, Barcelona conceded 8 goals. Up until that point, they'd only conceded 7 goals in the whole league. Yeah, no English team had got a draw or a win there in over 15 years, and they were well clear of the Spanish title. We were going there to get battered, and we actually held ourselves and were robbed, actually. And I think we should have come away with a win. And just seeing Anthony get on the score sheet, that was brilliant. And then we beat them in the second half, in the second leg. And then my personal game of the season, the fucking Sheffield Wednesday beating all the records with the highest ever League One comeback in playoff history. Coming back from 4-0 down to beat Peterborough to win on penalties.
Great game.
Best game. And also, you have to throw in there.
Big up Darren Moore, man.
You have to throw in there the Wrexham Notts County game as well. That was a madness. That was a crazy. That was a crazy game. All right, let's move forward anyway. Let's go. We're on topic now. We're going to keep going. Let's keep going. So, what was you guys' goal of the season? So I'm going to come straight to Sim with that one. Sim, what was your goal of the season?
Rashford against Arsenal.
There's too many.
Pick one. We're here. We're not here to avoid
Rashford against Arsenal.
Yeah, Smiles. We'll come to you in a second, bro. Jeez.
I'm gonna go. Can I do first, second, and third? Yeah.
Go for it.
What you saying, Reece Nelson or something? Gone.
No. First goal I'm gonna go for is I'll go for Anthony, against Man City. I liked how he used Grealish to bend it round him.
Yeah, quality finish.
Second, I'm going to go for Saka against Everton when we beat them 4-0.
Yeah, makes sense.
And third, I'm going to go for Tielemans when they beat Wolves 4-0.
Yeah, what a strike.
It was a good strike.
Fair enough. Is no one actually going to go for what won it? What won the goal of the season?
What won goal of the season?
It was I'm getting you his name now. It's the Brighton number 10, the 19-year-old.
Enciso,
is it? Yeah, I can't.
Against Chelsea.
No, it wasn't against
Chelsea.
Yeah, I couldn't pronounce his name. Yeah, Julio Enciso. Yeah, wonder strike.
Enciso, yeah.
All right, go for it, Puz. What's your goal of the season?
You might have to come back to me on that one,
All right, let's go straight to Smiles. Smiles, let's go.
I said mine already.
Rashford against Arsenal,
yeah.
But you're
that was a good goal, to be fair.
That was a quality
goal.
goal.
Trolling, though.
Yeah, now I'm trolling, but that was a good goal.
No, it was a good goal, though, Puz. It was a good goal.
Oh, also, you know what? I'll go with mine because I did write down Rashford against Arsenal. But do you know what? Because it pissed me off the most. Olise's free kick against us to make it 1-1. My goodness.
He didn't even celebrate anything.
Nah, he was cold because we were, not only was that it pissed me off in every way. Like, we lost Casemiro for that game to play Arsenal. We were crap and didn't deserve it. And it was literally the last kick of the game, and we all thought we'd won it, like 93rd minute. And then the actual goal itself was just absolute world class.
Quality.
Brilliant strike. Brilliant strike. And then Puz, we're coming back to you, man. You've had some time. Let's go. Goal of the season. If you've got a few, just list them off.
Before he says that, what do you think of Olise, guys?
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
Brilliant player. Mitoma for Brighton versus Leicester. Top bins from more or less a Mo Salah position. Mo Salah versus United. Part of the 7-0.
Which one? You got two.
But can I just make both of them one?
No, you can't. Pick which one. You want the close-up one or the tap-in from the side?
Actually, can I just make it an assist of the season for Mo Salah? Let's skip past Mo Salah. Mo Salah's assist when he put what's his name on the floor?
The Butcher, Martinez.
The Butcher, yeah, when he put him on the floor. But yeah, no, Elise's goal.
I'm sorry, Sim. Have I come into the flipping Puz/Smilez shit on each other show or something? What the hell is this? Like, literally, you lot.
I don't know why you are.
What exactly? Like, we're gonna ban you lot from being.
He started it. But what's his name?
He's a pussy. I don't listen to him. I didn't start. No. He just doesn't take my answer.
Billin's goal versus Bournemouth as well. That's a shout.
Mm-hmm.
Jefferson, no, is it Lerma? Is his name Jefferson Lerma?
Yeah, for Bournemouth in the midfield, yeah.
Yep. His one, I can't remember who it was against. That was top bins as well. Anything that went top bins this season, there's a lot of top bins goal. Fabian Schürr's goal for Newcastle. Top bins, I can't remember who that was against.
In the bottom corner, and in Arsenal.
No, I don't even remember the goal, bro. I'm not even taking a piss. I don't even remember the goal.
I remember it.
I remember a lot of goals.
He came off the right cutting, then he just split bottom left corner.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. But overall, I might have to go for I might have to go for Billings one because I really like that versus Forest.
It's a good finish
for me. Yeah,
it's a nice finish. Like, Bournemouth done well in that game because I think basically that was their sort of turning point. After that, they were basically comfortable after that, weren't they? So they sort of got themselves back into it. All right, so we're gonna go straight onto the big boy topics. Now we've got that out of the way. Actually, just final thoughts before we get onto those big topics. Just final thoughts. Just Puz, just a little summary from you. How you think the season went overall? Are you happy with Arsenal? We haven't had a chance to really talk about this. Really, are you happy with Arsenal? Are you happy with your season? And what can you do better for next season? Let's just have a little summary from each of us, and then we'll move on to Manchester City, basically.
I was more than happy with the season because I felt like at the start of the season, I didn't really expect us to challenge for the Premier League. And the fact that we actually got to do that when it's the first time we really sort of did that since we didn't really challenge Leicester, but obviously we still finished second. It's the first time we did that in a while. It showed me a lot about my team. I didn't really think my team had what they had in them this season, Premier League. I didn't think they had the bottle. I didn't think they had the fight. I didn't think they had the tactical awareness to play the way they played this season. So seeing Mikel Arteta transform the team, literally to go from a team that's getting spanked at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, fans are toxic as usual, to now creating a togetherness in the stands, to now creating a togetherness with the clubs and the fans. No one's really talking no cranky it out no more. If you've noticed, no one's saying cranky it out no more. I've never
trends have changed.
Yeah, I've never been a cranky it out person myself, but I really do like the progress that we made this season. Even though we chucked ourselves out of the Europa League and the FA Cup, my focus is always the league. My focus was always getting back into the Champions League, which is what we did. So I'm quite happy with that. And we challenged Man City, who are probably the greatest team in the world right now. And
well, they are.
We actually could have won it. If you look at it, if we had just a little bit more maturity in the team, I feel like we would have definitely walked the league. Not even just won it. I feel like we would have walked it, won it with 3 games to go, 2-3 games to go. But obviously it wasn't to be. The players, the belief just wasn't there towards the end of the season. They didn't believe in each other. So we move on. Hopefully Arteta can get in some new players next season, and then we can move forward. And overall, I'm quite happy that we actually challenged City this season, because if we didn't, they would have walked the league. They would have. I feel like I feel like we woke them up. Us challenging them actually woke them up, and it's just like they just went steamrolled, and I'm just like, wow.
I feel like Pep being the perfectionist he is, that's the area that he'll want to improve. I don't think Pep felt that their league campaign was as strong as in previous seasons.
Yeah. The Champions League, they didn't lose a single game in the Champions League. So that's perfection.
That is
literally
perfection.
So they did well there. I don't even know what their stats were. Obviously, they didn't lose a single game in the FA Cup as well. That's how they got to the final. So yeah, but in the league, they weren't at the start of the league. They weren't really firing on all cylinders.
I think as soon as Diaz came back, for me that was the turning point.
You think so?
Diaz, like he was injured for the first 2.5 months of the season, and was struggling to integrate into the team. But I think he's arguably their most important player. And then coming towards out of Christmas into the start of the new year, Diaz was a regular again, and they just were unstoppable from that point. But that's just my personal opinion. As I said, we'll spend a good section on City still. So Sim's just coming back. He'll be back with us in a second, ladies and gentlemen. And also Smilez as well. His reception where he is isn't great, so he will be joining us shortly as well. So I'll just go on to...
What was your game of the season? Oh, not game of the season, but what did you think of?
Yeah, my summary. I'm very happy. Very happy. 42 games won this season. That's the most of any manager in their first season ever, and the most or the highest win rate of any United manager in their first season. We saw a lot of changes, as you said. We've got some good, strong characters now. I personally I thought at the start of the season we would finish fifth, and I would have been happy for, maybe getting a trophy. So to get a trophy, to get to a cup final, and to comfortably as well get top four, so finish third, I'm over the moon. More importantly, I'm really the emergence of Garnacho, etc. I'm really happy with how much ETH has transformed that team. When I think about how he's had to go, if he's had to deal with obviously lack of or poor signings at the summer window was a mess. We're overpaying for players, whatever. Then he had the Ronaldo saga. He's had the Mason Greenwood saga. He's had so many players come out injured, like Casemiro. But I just think he's done so well. So I'm very happy. Overall, where I think we can improve for next season, in terms of the signings that I want to see coming in. I just learned a lot today about the takeover, and I'll go into that. That's another thing dealing with the takeover. Everyone knows that we need a striker, so that will be key. It looks like Mason Mount is one of the earliest deals that we're going to get done. I think he wants 2 midfielders, so I predict it's going to be Mason Mount and Rabiot as a free. And then obviously a centre-back, and I'm hoping for it to be Kim Min-jae. And then obviously the striker is up and down. We're linked to Rasmus Højlund. So I think if we get those 4 players and there's still room, then we can look at getting a secondary keeper. So that's where I think we can improve next season. For me, next season has to be second. We have to challenge Arsenal for second place next season. That's my summary. So Sim, just for you, we're going to talk about City in a minute, but we just wanted to hear from you, Sim. Just a little breakdown. What were your thoughts on your season? What went well? What didn't go well? What were you proud of? And then, what are you looking to improve for next season? Just a little summary. And you're on mute, by the way.
My thoughts of the season that just gone by. Relatively a good season for us. However, I would say it was a missed opportunity to kind of win the Premier League at the latter stages of the season. It's a bit of a mixed emotion because obviously...
Yeah, literally Puz just said exactly the same thing.
We did finish second, innit? But to see that you are on top of the Premier League for 248 days and not win it, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth. However, we've got to now be realistic and say we do have a young team. We've got the core group still there, as you could see with Saliba signing his 4-year deal.
Yeah.
We've tied Saka down. We've tied Martinelli down, and we're in talks with Odegaard getting a new deal as well.
Yeah.
So we're building on that. You're hearing the rumours that Declan Rice should be coming. I will prefer Caicedo from Brighton, but
most people would.
Be a good,
Well,
would be a good addition.
if things go the way, you guys will get both. You're still in for Caicedo. There's no talks that have suggested that Arsenal aren't going to try for both. It looks like Declan Rice is a little bit further along, though.
Yeah, realistically, Chris, I believe what worries me with Arsenal is that we have small club mentality. Really and truly, coming so close to winning the Premier League. If I was Stan Kroenke, I'll be saying to myself, I'm going to get a Caicedo and I'm going to get a Declan Rice in order to try and mount some sort of challenge against City. But I'm not Stan Kroenke, innit? So I'm only thinking from a fan's point of view. But yeah, man, the improvements that we can do, definitely need to upgrade on Xhaka, even though he's done a great job this season. I feel that we need to have another right back. I think Tomiyasu's too injury prone. Ben White did an extraordinary job. He did an incredible job this season. However, I think latter stages of the season, he started to burn out. We need competition for Saka. And we 100% need an alternative striker to Jesus, man. As much as I like his work rate, his link-up play with the front three, and he brings in other players, I just don't feel he's clinical enough in order to fire you to the Premier League or any major trophies. That's me being honest. But on the other hand, I'll give Arsenal season out of 10 a strong 7.5.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Just because of, obviously, it hurts me to know that we was on top of the league for 248 days, and we kind of, wouldn't say we bottled it, but we let the pressure get to us in order for City to kind of go and take it along. But as Puz said, we kind of
bottling it though. I'm sorry, I'm winding you up. Sorry.
No, it is. People will say he's bottling it, but let's be honest, man. We are dealing with
not when you're dealing with City.
Yeah. So yeah, man. That's my views on it as well.
Fair enough. So obviously we're gonna get Smiles' opinion, but his reception where he is not great, so he's gonna join us a little bit later on, hopefully. So we'll move forward now. We'll talk about has been lauded as the greatest achievements in recent football history. We'll talk about the treble. Huh?
Quick one, before we go there, yeah. I'm just gonna go back to goal of the season. I don't know how Johnny didn't win that, and then Seco did. But we moved.
Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny. When the
I know what you're talking about.
That there's the halfway line, and you love the keeper. You love Melia.
Yeah. I don't. I don't know what you're talking about.
That was a good. Oh yeah, I remember. Oh Jesus.
Run
Sometimes your memory just plays you. That was a long time ago, but
a very long time ago.
I don't know. Do you know what it is? It's sometimes they take into account like the gravity of the game, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like they try to what did the goal create? And CISO was just, I don't know. I can see why there were a few contenders, but
I don't think CISO's almost the goal of the season. Like
I don't.
One was better.
I don't. But there you go.
You guys, it was goal of the season, man. That goal was special, man.
It's goal was special, man. Strike of the season, but not goal of the season.
Okay, fair enough. Strike of the season.
But some people would say it's the same thing. All right, cool. So let's get on to the big topic, and we're going to talk about the treble. Now, I've got one question to ask you, gentlemen. I'll be really honest, and I know I'm going to sound like a bitter United fan.